Hi. So, I thought that, hello to everyone, by the way. I get so excited every time I see someone new who subscribes. It means so much to me. Um, I almost feel like I don't even want to ask for donations. However, I do understand that this takes a certain amount of energy out of me, and these are valuable. So, if you do feel inclined, the information is at the bottom. I'd like to touch on that. I think it's important to value yourself enough to know when to ask for what you feel like you deserve. That's part of my current journey. So, anyway, eclipse window. This is eclipse window energies. We had the solar eclipse in the beginning of January. We're going to have the lunar eclipse on the 20th. And then we have this window right now. There's a lot of energies. Bottom of the deck for all the piles is Tower, along with a few other cards. So, pile number 1, Agate. Pile number 2, Diopside. 3, Silverleaf Jasper. 4, Black Kyanite. Agate is like a generally, I would just say it's just a generally good vibe stone. Kind of like quartz. Diopside, it's literally means two sides, to see from both sides. Like the veil, see beyond the veil. And 3D. Silverleaf Jasper. Jasper is grounding. Just trying to remember. I know I specifically got this. I asked Sage Goddess to give me what they thought I should have, and this was to help me with creating boundaries. At the time with the people in my life, I'll have to come back with that one. But this is Silverleaf Jasper. Go with how you feel. You don't always have to go with logically what sounds right. And Black Kyanite. It's dispels negative energy type of stone. And this one's a big chunky raw one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's get into the reading. I'm just gonna move him. Okay, pile number 1, Agate. Start with the Rider-Waite. Now, you have Death in reverse, the 5 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups. Now, the message that's coming in for you is you're coming out of this deeply transformative period in your life where you had to let go of a lot of ideas about yourself and how you deal with other people, potentially even other people coming out of this. For the eclipse window is what I'm seeing. You're changing from this kind of a mentality of a me versus you. I have a feeling that you are very intelligent, very intellectual, and you kind of came at the world like me versus you. And you tend to be victorious because you are so intelligent. However, I think a lot of this was like a death to your ego. So you can connect with people more from a place of love. Because not everyone is out to get you, and I think you're starting to see that now. And you're kind of coming. I think that this feels like lunar eclipse for you. The lunar eclipse is going to be cups are emotions, and this is like an offering, like a sweet, innocent type of offering. I think you're coming out of this me versus you mentality to this sweet, loving type of cup energy, from mental swords to emotional cups. Very beautiful. I think a lot will be illuminated for you during the lunar eclipse. Okay. Let's see what the rest of your cards are. Interesting. A twist in the tale, a change you did not see coming. that, I think, is your lunar eclipse energy. So, make sure you're rested and hydrated and taking good care of yourself, because I think something you didn't see coming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 1 second. It's going to happen during the lunar eclipse. What? Oh. Oh, okay. Is that bad? Oh, it's a cat dressed as Santa. That's cool. Yeah. The unexpected, a change you did not see coming. I'm just really called to the white purity of the colors here, because of this pure. This tends to be like a reflecting on childhood, a soulmate offering, like almost a 2 of Cups type of, but it doesn't have to be romantic with the 6 of Cups. So that pure, I feel like the lunar eclipse is gonna restore a sense of purity that maybe you felt was lost, but never was. It's just gonna be like a whole new perspective. That's what I'm getting for you. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Divine Feminine. This is a Divine Feminine pile. Or you could be a Divine Masculine, and this is confirmation that you do have a Divine Feminine. However, I do think a lot of the people who pick this are going to be Divine Feminines. I feel called to read this to you. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. This also kind of ties into that like transition that you're having from me versus you to like like a loving exchange that I think you'll start seeing in your connections if you're not already seeing them, which is a Divine Feminine energy. I mean, even if you are a Divine Masculine, you have Divine Feminine energy in you. We all do. We all have a balance of both. So I think that you're coming into this type of energy through this eclipse window, and especially with the lunar eclipse. Meow. Meow. One step at a time. Lots of little steps make big dreams come true. This is a huge shift in terms of how you approach the world and other people. So, be gentle with yourself, be patient. It doesn't have to all happen at once. Listen to your true feelings. I think that, maybe some lower energies may be coming up for you, guilt, shame, anger, resentment. Naturally, when we go through a shift, like these emotions will bubble up to the surface for release. And sometimes it happens over and over until they're fully released. Like sometimes they're released in increments, I've noticed. So listen to how you feel, respect how you feel, process it, release it, however you need to do that. Don't let others talk you into doing something you know is wrong. I don't know if that applies for you. However, it's a good message in general. I'm just not really feeling it. I think it's more like respect how you feel right now. And even if you feel crappy, you can process it without having to take it out on others. That feels like a message coming through for you because of that card. Okay? Empowerment. This eclipse window, this lunar eclipse, even the solar eclipse, it's showing you that you can be empowered through a state of loving interactions with others and yourself. Yes, it's great to be intellectual, but it can be isolating. So, empowerment. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. It's a perfect message to wrap up this reading. Let's go to the bottom of the deck energies, though. So, I don't know if you heard earlier, but I mentioned Tower. The Tower energy. It looks bad, but Tower comes into your life to destroy what's not necessary, what's not healthy, what's not best for your evolution. So even if it looks terrible, if it feels terrible sometimes, trust that this is good for you, you know? Just getting rid of the mental patterns, the emotional patterns of what you don't need anymore. So you can live a better life, so you can be your best self, you know? And this is going to bring in positive, uplifting new friends for you. I'm not sure if I'm feeling this is going to happen during the eclipse window or at the eclipse. I have a feeling that the eclipse for you, pile number 1, is more about getting ready for these new people. And then I think it's going to come like right away, is what I'm feeling. Because you're going to be in like such a better place for it. Definitely yes. I feel like I wasn't sure what that was for you, but now I know. That's just basically what I just said. Yeah, definitely yes. However, if you did have a specific question coming into this, here's your answer from the unicorns. Cosmic flower. Even before I read your pile, I mean, I didn't see any of the piles. I think I saw one card from pile number 2. Even before I did your reading, I knew that this was representative of connecting to the world. Because really of the hedgehog love card too, you know, positive, uplifting new friends, and the tower card that I saw. I was like, okay, so there's going to be some deep transformation, shedding old skin, but then we're going to be receiving like these new friendships, these new relationships that are really high vibrational because of it. This card specifically, it's beautiful by the way, isn't it? It says, the frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Basically, like finding a home in ourselves, loving ourselves, dealing with our own crap is gonna allow us to feel like we're home. I'm home. I'm at home in myself. I'm at home anywhere I am. And then that's what's gonna attract great new people into your life. Also, you know, if you want more in-depth personal readings, my information is at the bottom. Okay, number 1. Pile number 2. Diopside. This one is one of the more advanced stones. Definitely see better when I work with it. You know what I mean? Like at least that's how it used to be. I haven't really worked with diopside in a while. I feel like I've just gotten better at seeing from both sides just in general, especially working with tarot. But if you want to work on opening your psychic abilities like clairvoyance, clairsentience, definitely recommend diopside. All right, pile number 2. What on you? Interesting. And then you look at the other cards real quick. Okay, coming out of a relationship is what I'm getting here. I can usually just tell by looking at the Rider-Waite, but I needed to look at the other ones. So I will show you the Lovers, the Devil, 3 of Wands, the Moon reversed, Knight of Wands reversed. Let's look one more time. I mean, I definitely get the sense of you're coming out of a toxic relationship. But, you know, relax, everything's okay. That was toxic. You know, you're kind of, as you see the fruit of your labors, you're seeing that this is not a healthy type of lover situation. And what's interesting is the lovers and the devil are opposites. Like, this is the light side of this energy. This is the dark side of this energy. You can tell by the images, but both showed up for you. So I definitely get the sense that you're coming out of a toxic relationship. When you see the fruit of your labors, the fruit of this relationship, you're seeing it very clearly now, because instead of being in this kind of cloudy type of energy, the moon represents like unseen secrets, elusive energy. It's reversed. So I feel like you're starting to really see this now. I think, I think I need a moment. This is reversed. I'm going to read it as a reversal dynamic. Basically, the energy that you're bringing in to your own energy field from this relationship is toxic, and it's not a good dynamic. This card talks about like your own pyramid of energy, basically other pyramids of energy, and a give and take, and basically like consolidating. Let me read it to you. The frequency of dynamics supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. Harmonize layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. Harmonizing energy. There it is. It came out reversed. I'm reading it as a reversal. Yeah, basically you're just not, it's not harmonizing. And you're seeing that now, which is why the moon is reversed. It's not a secret that you're keeping from yourself, or it's not something that you can't see for whatever reason anymore. It's coming to light. Relax, everything's gonna be okay. I think that you aren't sure what to do about this. Please comment and let me know if this resonates, because you don't want to be impulsive. The Knight of Wands is in reverse. It's an impulsive energy. So I think the message with discernment is, and this one actually, relax and observe. You don't have to be the Knight of Wands. You don't have to impulsively break up with this person or end things. I have a feeling that you'll know what to do when the time's right. Relax and discern, you know? Let me read this card to you. Discernment. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Try to remove yourself from the situation. Okay, let's see. I know that's easier said than done. Observe from a place of inner balance and detachment, as best as you can, because that will help you to know when the time is right to make your move. I feel like you feel very chained to this relationship for whatever reason. Creative. Yeah, I think this ties into the relax and discern type of energy. If you try not to rush it, that Knight of Wands in reverse, try not to rush it, and you relax and discern, you will be able to be creative about what you need to do. Some kind of creative solution will come to you. Also, be open to receiving ideas. Because this is the end of a cycle for you, this card talks about how Alice in Wonderland and Snow White, they are both very pure spirits who have to like endure a lot of hardship in order to like come out on top, like at the end of their fairy tale basically, and remain innocent. And then their journeys come together, and then they start working together for a whole new type of adventure. So basically, I think you just need to close out this cycle. I think the lunar eclipse is going to illuminate what you need to do, or at least help. Absolutely, because it's a lunar eclipse. It's an emotional type of eclipse. And eclipses always help us to see things in a different way or clear things out. And then you're going to be able to start this new journey. There's some new journey that wants to start for you. There's new people that want to come in your life, but you have to close out this cycle first. That leads me to the bottom of the deck energies. So, Hedgehog love, positive, uplifting new friends, wants to come in for you. The Tower is also bottom of the deck energy for all the piles. You know, the Tower is meant to serve you, although it looks daunting and painful. It's meant to clear out what's not meant for your evolution and your happiness and your joy and your ability to experience real, healthy love, whether it's in a love relationship or with friends or with yourself. Definitely yes. I feel like that is just further confirmation that you need to end this relationship. It is unhealthy for you. Also, if you came into this with a question, there's your answer. Definitely yes. I have a feeling you came into this with the question of if you should leave this relationship. The unicorns are telling you yes. I'm not going to be one of those people who's like, oh, you know, you should go get counseling, da 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 da. Like, I'm going to tell you what the cards say because you came to me for answers. Granted, you can't blame me for what you do in your own life, you know? Sorry, I'm very blunt sometimes. But this is the advice from Spirit, from your guides, your higher self, from my guides, my higher self. Also, I understand why people say that, okay? So if you're one of those people, don't get mad at me. It's just kind of felt like I wanted to say that. Cosmic Flower. The frequency of Cosmic Flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Okay. For you, bless you, bless you. Bless you. I think that this person is involved in your home in some way. And so it's going to be tough, but it's going to be worth it. That's what I'm getting from this card. You need to purify your home within yourself and in general, your actual home, so this new energy can come in for you. Also, if you would like a more in-depth personal reading, you can like get into your situation more. Or even like after the eclipse, if you want to know like what's going on or what I should do, my information's at the bottom. Okay? Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Covering the bottom of the deck's energies, that's what I'm doing. That's silly. Okay. Column number 2, best of luck. Hang in there, take care of yourself. It's all for the best. Okay. Pile number 3, Silverleaf Jasper. Peacocks. Ooh, a lot of wands, a lot of endings, new beginnings, a lot of manifesting, a lot of closing out and restarting. A battle, coming out of waiting. Should be interesting. Let me look at your other cards. That's a peacock, babe. Sickle. Healing family issues. Okay, let's walk through this together. 10 of Wands, closing out a cycle. carrying the burdens of your family lineage, your family karma, the way you were raised, childhood trauma, closing out a cycle swiftly. That's what I'm getting in this eclipse window with this lunar eclipse. I think a lot of things were illuminated in the solar eclipse, in this eclipse window. I think you're coming out of this meditative solitude in order to address the issues that need to be addressed. Okay? That's what I'm getting here for you. Let's get to these. Now, love from your parents. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. Everyone, let's see, how can I put this? Everyone comes from their own way of relating to others. Some people are more capable of appreciating you for who you are, allowing you to be yourself, to be free. Some people are more codependent. A lot of people are, and society conditions us to be that way. Like, you need to act this way for my affection, or I need you in my life. I need to feel like I own you. These are examples. Take whatever resonates. And codependency takes all sorts of forms. Some people can love you and want what's best for you, but not be able to see what's actually best for you. Because true love is not really taught. It's not really encouraged on a wide scale in society. I think that's something that you're going to come to understand. You are coming to understand that your parents love you as much as they can, as much as they're able to, from their own state of conditioning. Okay. I can feel that's like a really heavy topic and I wanted to address it properly. Love heals fear. The power of your love can help bullies and angry people to be less afraid. You know how to love. You're definitely an older soul, which I know because of this card. Once you deal with these issues, you're going to have access to the Akashic libraries. Definitely look that up. It'll be encouragement. But you might have to teach your family. You might have to just love them anyway. You can help them heal that way. And try to think about the good things they've done for you, because, you know, even if things seem a certain way or they've done really terrible things, like, there's also good things too. I'm sure that you'll see them more and more if you look for them more and reflect on things more. Even certain things we take for granted, like basic needs being met, like, that's love in a way. But yeah, I definitely feel like you're going to have some tough conversations, or really just like set boundaries. You can get creative about how you set your boundaries to direct people's attention in a different way, out of self-respect and self-love, because maybe people don't treat you the way that you should be. Maybe they're jealous that you know how to love and they don't. Some people don't understand that they're just older souls, you know? It's not like, oh, I'm better than you. It's like, well, I've just been around longer than you. You know what I mean? Yeah, because once you address these issues, the Akashic libraries will open. Your gifts will start opening. You will become a teacher. I feel like I'm feeling that a lot for you. I think you're meant to teach about love, even just through basic interactions, maybe even in your career, because of this Love Heals Fear card. The power of your love helps bullies and angry people to be less afraid. That's beautiful. That's teaching people, and people do need to be taught how to love. Yeah. through addressing these issues, even if it's just mentally, because this Knight of Swords energy, it can be about like defeating enemies, but swords are also mental. So you may need to just go inward with your thoughts. But I have a feeling conversations and boundaries are going to be a part of this too. You're going to be healing your sacral chakra. You're doing sacral chakra work, which is your creative chakra, and sexuality. So once this is healed, not only will you have access to so much more information, ancient wisdom, but you will be coming from a much more creative place. Bottom of the deck for all of the piles, positive, uplifting new friends. Once you heal your energies, great new people are going to come in for you. Definitely yes. If you came into this with a question also, it's yes. Another bottom of the deck energy, the Tower. Yeah, for you, it's going to be about addressing mental patterns as well as patterns in your relationships, because I think maybe your friendships and your relationships have been a reflection of the types of relationships you've had with your family, so you need to address them at the core, at the source. Your thoughts and your family members if possible. But it's going to be highly beneficial. I mean, I know this card looks daunting, but the Tower is always there to serve you. It's about shedding things that do not serve you, ideas, people. Not necessarily the person, but maybe even just the dynamic with the person, about changing that dynamic. This is another card that came out for your pile. Synergy. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. I think that this is saying you're going to be pleasantly surprised by if you can address your family in a loving way, forgive them, have conversations from them from a new, strong place, change the dynamic between you. I think you're going to be really pleasantly surprised at what they have to offer still for you. I have a feeling it's going to be a whole new world. And new people are going to come in for you too. This is another bottom of the deck energy, the Cosmic Flower. This card talks about the remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. For you, I think it's about addressing issues of home, of how you were raised, your family. To have a new sense of home, a new appreciation of home, a new sense of relating to home, and coming from a place of self-love where you feel at home within yourself, which is going to create a whole new life for you. You're going to see it mentally, in your reality, in how you relate with everyone, not just your family. Okay, pile number 3. If you would like an in-depth personal reading, my information is at the bottom. And best of luck. Keep doing that. Okay. Pile number 4, black kyanite. It's fun. It's kind of silvery. I like feeling the energy of the stones too. Okay. Pile number 4. Interesting. I feel like this is going to be a lot of divine masculines. If you resonate with the idea of twin flames, or maybe you would like to look that up now. Yeah. Got the Page of Cups in reverse. Oh, sorry. Page of Cups in reverse, King of Cups upright. I'll make sure I do this right. 2 of Swords reversed. and the Six of Wands upright. Very, very deep transformation for you in this eclipse window. There's someone you wanted to offer your cup of love to, but it had a fish in it. So, you had to work more on yourself. I think that this eclipse window has been hugely transformative for you because you've been able to transform from the Page of Cups, which is why it's in reverse, to the King of Cups. I think the lunar eclipse especially is going to give you this King of Cups energy. Illuminate how you feel, how you need to feel, how you need to address your feelings, express your feelings. I mean, to go from the Page to the King in this eclipse window is huge, so how amazing. Truly. I mean, it's like there wasn't even a night in between here. Like, it was Page to the King. Usually goes Page, Knight, King. You've been in a period of indecision. But it's not the type of indecision where you couldn't see a way out. It was like barely beyond your grasp. You just had to take the blindfold off and put down the swords. Coming out of that too. I feel like when you were in this Page of Cups energy, you were like, you didn't know what to do. You're like, I want to offer this cup of love, but I don't know what to do because I don't feel ready, and I feel like I have a lot of stuff I need to deal with mentally. But I feel like you're figuring it out in this eclipse window to become this King of Cups who can absolutely offer the cup of love. This is a victory. This lunar eclipse is going to be some kind of victory for you, or you're going to be ready for this victory. You're going to be ready to go claim your queen. That's what I'm feeling. I mean, whether you're a guy or a girl, we all have masculine and feminine energies in us, but I'm definitely feeling a lot of like masculine energy here. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. I saw these come out. Romantic love and miracle. I mean, really, it's a miracle to go from the Page to the King. I'm super proud of you. I definitely knew this was a romantic love situation. I forgot which pile I'd seen these for, I think. I think. I don't know. I really do just go with my intuition. This really is a magical process. And it's an honor to do this for you guys and to see new subscribers. Okay, anyway. This is your miracle. There's going to be a victory. You're going to be ready for this victory. You're going to be ready to go claim your victory is what I'm feeling here. Oh, what's the matter, baby? There you go. Yeah. Wow. That's right. From a place of authority. The King is the authority, you know? Listen to what this card says. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. I feel like this is the perfect description of divine masculine. I mean, there is a divine masculine card in this deck that's really perfect too, but this really reminds me of divine masculine energy too. And King of Cups. Like knowing when to be in control and have power, but then also knowing when to be like receptive and to listen and to be wise with how you feel and not let your emotions run you. Interesting. Finish what you've started. Yeah, definitely. I feel like you definitely did offer this cup in some way. Even though there was a fish in it, and you meant well. It's a cup, it's emotions. Cracks me up. I didn't notice there was a fish in it until a reader on here said that. And I was like, oh yeah, there is, isn't there? That's why I kind of sound like I'm Googling when I mention that. So yeah, finish what you started. You're going to be in a good place. I think this lunar eclipse is going to put you in a really good place to finish what you've started as the king. You've started something important, and now it's time to complete it. A message from the unicorns. Wish upon a star. You can receive help in this if you ask the universe for it, if you seek it out. Also, you can manifest it with your thoughts. Make a wish and expect the very best. Definitely law of attraction, you know. Positive thinking produces positive results. Of course, we have to consider like what our subconscious mind is doing. Sometimes that will block our blessings, but I'm feeling like you dealt with a lot of that. I think that's the message. I think she thinks so too. Yeah, babe? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what turns you from the page to the king. Bravo. That's what I'm feeling. Your imaginary friend. Childhood treasures resurface. I think that you are able to deal with a lot of your childhood traumas along with your subconscious patterns. And usually our subconscious patterns do come from our childhood traumas. So another bravo. You put in some work in this eclipse. It may not even just be in this eclipse, maybe before it too. This reading specifically is for the eclipse though. And then I think now you're starting to be able to reflect on your childhood in like a more positive way, which is why it's saying childhood treasures resurface. Like you're starting to remember like, oh yeah, there was some good stuff that happened, or oh, I did have to go through that so I could become this person, or like, you know, I feel like later on with time and healing, you can reflect on negative situations and be like, oh my gosh, I learned so much, or like, oh, I really, you know, that was my karma coming back around, and that's the way karma works, you know. Yeah. Bottom of the deck for all the piles, the tower. You know, this like I said, is you dealing with your traumas and your subconscious belief patterns, transforming from the page to the king. Of course, destruction leads to new growth. That's just how it is, the cycle of death and rebirth. But I think a lot of that will be apparent in this eclipse window. The message that I just received, it's more mental. How you talk to yourself, how you deal with your feelings. A lot of transformation in this eclipse. Between the two eclipses and at the eclipses. Pay attention to what's going on. Yeah. So for this, like, positive, uplifting new friends, I think in general, like, this one's to come in for you, but I'm also getting the message that this person you started something with is going to be a great friend to you. And truthfully, the best kind of romantic relationships are when you're with your best friend, you know, or one of your best friends. Of course, you can have a bunch of them. Maybe that's the message. I think that's part of the message here too. Like, you're just going to notice all your relationships transform and become really healthy. Definitely yes. Finish what you started. Definitely yes, you're ready. Definitely yes, you have transformed beautifully. Definitely yes, you've dealt with your traumas and your subconscious inhibiting patterns in a very effective way and are continuing to. And pay attention to the lunar eclipse. That's going to be huge for you. And take good care of yourself because of how big this window energy is for you. Because of such of a deep transformation you're having in this eclipse window. Take good care of yourself, like your basic needs, you know, sleep, water, food, healthy food, light exercise, or enjoyable exercise. I highly encourage like exercising in a way that you think is fun. I'm not really one of those people who's like, go to the gym and lift weights and go on the elliptical. Like, I guess it's fun if you have music. Okay, anyway, back to the reading. Last bottom of the deck energy, Cosmic Flower. I'll read it to you. I already know what the message is, though. The frequency of Cosmic Flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. So you're going to have a better sense of your home, where you came from, your family, why you had to learn the lessons you had to learn in childhood, how that helped you to become the king now, and feeling more at home in yourself and loving yourself more. That's King of Cups. Like I told all the piles, if you would like a more in-depth personal reading, please refer to my information at the bottom.